Super easy. It's locked in place. Hey guys, today I'll be showing you how you can change your serpentine belt, also known as your drive, accessory, or fan belt. Over here you can see the belt right here. And on this side down there, that is the belt tensioner that keeps the belt tight. Now here we have a 2017 Honda BRV. Now this is almost identical to the 3rd gen Honda Fit and Jazz and the 6th gen Honda City. When it comes to the design, it's almost exactly the same as the current and even the previous gen Hondas. Things are pretty cramped here because of this engine mount, and the official procedure is to get to the belt from underneath the car. Basically, you have to remove the wheel on this side. I have the vehicle supported on this jack stand, so the weight of the vehicle is on this, and I have this floor jack as backup. Safety comes first, so do not compromise on that. We have to remove this plastic shield, and we have 2 clips here. I would remove these 2 last. Just take 2 flat end screwdrivers and pry these clips out. Try not to break them. Just see where this plastic shield goes. So you will have 1 clip towards the back. You'll have 2 screws in the center that attaches with the middle shield. And then you'll have 1 screw and 1 clip towards the front. A correction, you have 2 clips, as I said, on the top, and you have 4 screws that hook with your center shield. The one at the back clip, which I mentioned, and in the front is the same, 1 clip and a screw. This may vary from model to model. Okay, here we have your crankshaft. Now this drives the other parts of your vehicles through the belt. Here's your AC compressor. That's your water pump. This is the belt tensioner with its pulley. On top, you have your alternator. If you have a hydraulic steering rack, you will have a hydraulic pump. Now we need to move this over here, this part of the belt tensioner. That is a 17 millimeter head, and we have to turn that counterclockwise. The problem with these small Hondas is that you just cannot get a normal sized socket wrench inside. There just isn't enough space. So this breaker bar would have made things easier, but I cannot get it in. If I had a crowfoot socket, that would have made it much easier. So I could attach that to the end of this breaker bar, and that would have been much easier. But for now, I have to use a simple wrench. Use the close end of the wrench on this head. And here's a problem. Now, I don't have Hulk strength, and this is quite tight. And this wrench isn't long enough, so I cannot really move the belt tensioner. I'm going to use a 19 millimeter wrench to get more leverage. So like this. Now you can see it's much longer, and it will be easier for me to move the belt tensioner. This is how I hooked these 2 wrenches together. So I needed a 17 millimeter and I used a 19 millimeter. So I hooked it like this to go counterclockwise. If I wanted to go clockwise, then I'd just shift it the other way. As I'm pulling on the wrench counterclockwise, I want you to focus on the belt tensioner here on these 2 holes, this one and this one here. So pulling on the wrench now, and you can see the holes will be aligning. Now I'm going to stick an Allen wrench into it. There, it's locked in place. I wished that my previous gen Honda actually had this. Now this is not going anywhere. This will just make it super easy to take the belt off and to put it back on. The Allen key size I used is a 5.5 millimeter size. It was a bit tight, so I'd probably use a 5 millimeter. With the belt loose now, just take it off. Take it off from the water pump side first. This is a smooth surface. See how easy it is? It's off already. The service manual doesn't state when to replace these belts. You just have to check it every now and then for damage. I once had a belt get a hole in the middle. I'm not sure how that happened. But this belt is only 17,000 kilometers old. But still, with time, this will stretch. And I will show you at the end of the video how you can check if the belt has stretched or not. With the belt off, it's a good time to check these pulleys for any noise or resistance. All these pulleys do have bearings inside. So just spin it. You know, if it feels a bit rough, you can hear some grinding noise. It's time to replace the bearing. This includes the pulley on the belt tensioner also. I would install the belt from the top first. Now the ribbed side of this belt obviously goes on these type of pulleys which have the grooves in it, and the smooth side of the belt that goes on the pulleys which are smooth. So here we have the water pump and the belt tensioner pulley. So I'm going to hook this around the alternator pulley first. That'll be easier. Now back to the bottom. It's easier to slide the belt on these smooth pulleys last, so the water pump or the belt tensioner pulley. Now to keep it a bit tight, this will slip off the alternator pulley. Just make sure the belt is properly seated into the teeth of these pulleys. You don't want it to be hanging out or misaligned. Everything looks fine. Oh, the alternator pulley wasn't fine. Now it's fine. The belt is a bit loose because obviously it's being held over here. The last thing to do is to push the belt tensioner counterclockwise so we can get the Allen key out and then just release it. That's all done. Now, if you have a previous gen Honda or you don't have the ability to hold the tensioner, it's best to have somebody help you route the belt while you keep the belt tensioner loose. To conclude, I'll tell you how to identify when to change your drive belt. Check the position of the belt auto tensioner pointer. It should be within the range of these two bars that you see. Marking designs on auto tensioners, of course, will vary between manufacturers. When new, the belt will be in the middle of these two bars. Here we see the pointer is almost in the middle of the long bar, which means that it has stretched over time, but is still within acceptable limits. If it goes beyond the long bar, it must be replaced. The belt will start to slip and you may hear it squeal when the engine is on. The short bar means your belt is on the tighter side of things. For example, if you bought an aftermarket belt and it was the wrong size, it crosses the short bar limit, it's too tight. Do not use that belt. Finally, if the engine is on and you see the pointers bouncing around, it's time to change the auto tensioner. The spring inside the tensioner is no longer able to hold the belt tight. In this case also, you may hear the belt squeal. Well, that's it, people. Hope this video helps. As always, thanks for watching.